from London, this is Strictly It Takes Two. Please welcome your host, Rylan.
Very nervous couples will be taken to the dance floor knowing that they'll be facing the public vote for the very first time. We're looking good, but I think we need to welcome our first Friday panel of the series. It's Joe Sugg, Clara Amfo, and Bill Bailey! Oh, how the king, the reigning champ, is in the building.
Yes, thank you.
Bill, so lovely to see you. It's always
you.
a pleasure. What did you make of our first Saturday night extravaganza?
Well, I mean, I felt for him because as we were just reminiscing a little bit, you know, it's a big learning
Stroll down
curve.
memory lane.
Oh, it was a stroll down memory lane.
Little peruse.
A little cha-cha down memory lane. I thought everyone did really well. I think it was a really strong showing. I thought everyone was, you know, there was a bit of their personality came out in the dance. I thought we saw some really fantastic routines.
Yeah, I do.
So I think it's, you know, it was a great show.
It was a really strong start.
Yeah, it was.
Clara, I mean, we know what it's like. This is when it gets serious now because it's so lovely to see you, by the way. We're just going to give you a cuddle. This is when it gets real, though.
Yeah, man.
Because the vote starts now. Someone will be leaving the show on Sunday.
And nobody wants to leave first.
No. It's hard, though, isn't it, the first one out?
It's heartbreaking. So I just want to wish everybody the best of luck because, yeah, it's like, Strictly's like a dream, isn't it?
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
it's like you just get to play dress up and that like a little kid.
I mean, we've all heard the word bubble over and over for different reasons over the past year, but it is a bubble, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's so intense.
It is really intense. And Joe's here to plug the Strictly podcast! Which is available exclusively on BBC Sound. Joe, honestly, you know how much I love the podcast. I had a good chat with you and Kim on the radio show last week. Tell us what we've got in store this year.
This year, so it's going to be every week, straight after the results show, on exclusively to BBC Sounds.
Yeah.
Full of the goss, backstage goss.
Like you guys genuinely hide in cupboards.
We're
just
hiding
to hear
cupboards.
Things.
Yeah, we're all over the place. Yeah, trying to get
brilliant.
all the little juicy nuggets for the podcast. Yeah.
Oh, it's brilliant. And listen, if you haven't checked it out, make sure you head to BBC Sounds and do that. But listen, let's talk about the dances tomorrow night. We need to start with AJ and Kai. They were fantastic last week. This week, they're going to be doing the foxtrot. Clara, they topped the leaderboard last week. I mean, she's got... it's BBC 2 after 6. See that?
All good, all good. I think they're going to smash it again this week.
I think they are.
You know what? I think... Obviously, when you are top of the leaderboard week one, the pressure is on. But if there's one thing I know about AJ, is that she loves the challenge.
She loved it. And I said this before, because I used to work with her years ago. She is so into her fitness.
Yes.
So her stamina level is there.
Yeah. So I think, I could be able to say, I think we're going to see them maybe in the final.
Early prediction. Early prediction.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
She's just saying. Let's move on to Judy and Graziano. You cannot smile. Well, you can smile, I should say, when they're on the stage because you can't not smile, Bill. Yeah. They're going to be taking on the samba.
Yeah.
The fact that they're going to be dancing to a bit of Shonapal. I mean, are we ready for this on Strict? Head flick then from Judy Love.
Oh, no, working it there.
Go on.
Do you know what? I think this is going to be brilliant.
Yes.
I think she's going to be a great contestant because she's got a huge amount of personality, great sort of, you know, it's infectious, you know,
is.
laughter, and she's just and you, clearly from the first show that she's got some moves.
Yeah,
so it's
absolutely.
Going to be.
I can't wait to see it. I
Right.
think we're all
Yeah.
looking forward to that one. Let's move on to Katie and Gorka. They're going to be doing the jive. Now, Craig said Katie picked up her feet a little bit too much, Joe, last week. I mean, the jive is all about picking up the feet.
Exactly, yeah.
So do you think this is going to play to her strengths?
I think so. Yeah, I think we're going to have a very strong second week from Katie and Gorka.
And we know she's an actress, but I mean, the tango last week, it was very dark. It was very intense. The jive is the complete opposite.
Yeah.
How do you think she's going to handle that?
I think that's good. I think it's good to show that you can do a high energetic one week and also show your serious side for another. So I think it's good for those 2 weeks. No one went home first week, so a perfect time to show that you can do the best of both.
Absolutely. Well, listen, let's move on to Nina and Neil, a.k.a. Zainab Massoud. Zainab Massoud. Clara, my jaw dropped to the floor when she started dancing last week. I just did not expect it. She's going to be doing a tango this week.
I am so jealous, by the way, that she got to dance to Beyonce last week. My only gripe was strictly that I never got to do a dance to a Beyonce song.
Please send your complaints to the BBC.
I sure will. I love Nina and Neil together. I love the fun that they have, and I think Nina's a bit of a dark horse, actually.
I think she is as well.
I think she...
You can tell she's putting it in. She really, really is. Well, let's move on to Rose and Giovanni. They're going to be doing the salsa. She did such a great job on Saturday, Bill, and she looked absolutely stunning.
Fantastic. I thought it was a brilliant performance. And I think actually what she did sort of really, she relaxed into it. You know, I could tell, I mean, everyone was nervous. We're all nervous in that situation. But she really sort of got into the dance. She really relaxed into it. And I think she's going to be a real contender.
I think she is as well. I mean, Craig loved Rose's timing last week. And he said that the dancing was absolutely fantastic. And that she really, really was in time.
Yeah.
How do you think she's going to handle a samba?
Well, the thing is, it's going to be difficult. But I think having done one dance and now she's back into it, I think she's really going to embrace it. I think it's the Latin dances are a bit more expressive.
Yeah.
You know, and so you can really let a bit more of your personality come out.
Absolutely. Well, listen, let's move on to Sarah and Alijaz. They're going to be taking on the foxtrot. Joe, they were bottom of the leaderboard last week. And even though, obviously, I've watched the show and I know all the scores, I felt like they weren't bottom of the leaderboard last week. It's a little bit odd because she really gave it last week, didn't she?
Yeah, she gave it. They left a really good impression. The concept was amazing as well. I love the fact that Alijaz was in there pitching an idea of Strictly Glitter Balls.
Literally.
Very strictly. But it was fun. I think it showed exactly what Strictly is about. She's having fun. They're both having fun. Yeah. And it was entertaining.
Absolutely. I mean, Clara, you were with Alijaz last year.
The king of ballroom.
The king of ballroom. You know what it's like to be held in those arms and flung around the ballroom.
I got you, partner.
I got you, partner. I got you, partner. How do you think Sarah's going to handle this?
I think she's going to smash it because you know what? There's one thing about Alijaz is that he loves us, and I think this is going to be the making of her.
She's got a good line there as well.
She does. I think they're going to do really well.
Fingers crossed they do. Let's move on to Tilly and Nikita. They're going to be taking on the Charleston. We had a good chat with them earlier this week, Bill. Tilly really wanted to do the waltz last week and she loved it. But you can just see in her face when we were talking to her earlier this week how excited she is for this dance. We know she's a TikToker. We know she likes doing those type of dances.
Well,
how
exactly.
do you get on?
That seems to be, I mean, I've become quite fond of this TikTok.
He's a TikToker!
I like the TikTok. I very much like the TikTok.
You like the talk of the tick?
I certainly do. And, you know, when I'm of an afternoon, I have a falafel and I go through my TikToks. But no, I think there's a lot of...
You're watching BBC Two.
Yes. Hello, everyone. No, the thing is, right, you know this shuffle dance, which is so popular on the TikTok. One of the main moves of that is the Charleston move. You know? So this is something I think she's gonna take to.
I really think she is. And the second that the song comes in as well tomorrow night, we played it on Monday. She was just so excited.
Yeah. You could in 30 seconds.
Absolutely. That's the worry. The 15 seconds on TikTok, 3 minutes on Strictly, a little bit different. We're going to take a look at the rest of our pairings a little bit later on in the show. But what a lovely first Friday panel of the season. It's Dan and Nadiya. Oh, I think, guys, first and foremost, so lovely to see you both. It must feel like an age since you did your first dance.
I know, gazillion years ago.
It literally feels like it, but how was it for you, Dan?
I refer you to my professional partner, Nadiya. She tells me whether
contractually,
she tells me whether anything is good or not. You liked it, didn't you?
I loved it. I loved it, and I'm really happy you really enjoyed that dance and you performed it like you gave it all. Even the reaction from the other pros, they was like, "Where did this came from?" He did really well. I'm really happy with him and really pleased. He's a great student.
Rylan, she's an absolute master teacher. To turn a tall goon like me, you know how it is.
To shift,
like
20 foot tall,
exactly, yeah.
Lank.
So in sort of the space of 10 days to do something like that, I was amazed that when Anton said, "I thought you'd be awful," I felt like saying, "So did I." But she's amazing, and we're having a proper laugh in training and getting on really well. So it's
you know what? That's what it's all about.
Exactly.
And it's about learning. It's about putting on a great performance. And you mentioned Anton. Let's talk about Craig because he said you got a little bit lost in the footwork, in the performance. Did you know that had happened, or...?
I refer you to my professional partner.
Yeah, but contractually.
It was a step in the corner, which we worked, like, it always went right on rehearsal, but
it was
then...
weird, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, but the thing is, because he moves so much on the dance floor, and we have an amazing Strictly floor, but for his legs, it was a little bit too small, I guess. So when he was trying to do like
true,
a
actually.
smaller step, then I think he just
true.
went a bit too quick
There wasn't
into
enough
the
space.
next step.
I didn't leave
That
myself
was
enough
it.
space
Well,
in the
you
corner.
said you didn't leave yourself enough space. Anton actually said, and we normally get this from the pro side, that you didn't give Nadiya enough space. Now, it's normally the pro, like, making sure that you're all right. Did you feel that, Nadiya? Because I thought it looked great.
Oh, I think it looked great, but we took on the comments from Anton. We
Always
were
listen.
working on that as well, and it's in his position in sense of giving me space to make sure I'm in front of him and have my beautiful line there. And I'm sure he will give me that space in the Paso
And what a
Doble
beautiful
now.
line it is, Dan.
Exactly.
Beautiful
one of
line.
the greatest lines there is.
It's a lovely line, let me tell you. Strictly
Yes.
is one of those shows that brings all the family together. You know, it really does bring people together. It feels like a family on this show, doesn't it? It feels like family. There's always that one drunken aunt in the background.
Family.
But I think we've finally ended some beef from years gone by because Piers Morgan's been in touch. Oh yes, Piers said, very disappointing dance by Mr. Dan Walker. And you think, oh, he's piping up. But then he says, I was hoping he'd be a lot worse than that. That's a backhanded compliment. And you know, on this show, he can't moan about ratings.
That is true. I'm far more interested in what my daughter thought of it, though, because she was in the studio for the first time in the audience. She's 14, and she was one of those, Rylan, who was sort of worried about me embarrassing her.
Well, I was going to ask you, the kids gave you two very strong instructions, and the first was, don't embarrass me, Dad.
Yes.
And what did they think?
The other one was don't dance with your mouth open. And I think I sang a bit, but I don't think I did that. But it was when we came back into the studio after. So we went out, we did a little interview, we came back in, and then I looked out across just to the right of where Tess was, and Susie was there with like tears pouring out of her eyes. Thankfully, tears of joy.
Good.
And she sort of gave me this lovely little wave and said, I love you. And, that. So her... From going from Don't Embarrass Me, Dad, to being really proud. I mean, I loved the dance and it was brilliant, but that was like such a special moment.
Oh, we love
to
that.
feel like
I love that.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
I can see you getting emotional, Dan.
It was lovely.
All them years on BBC Breakfast, and it was Rylan that made you cry on the telly. How embarrassing.
You're back in the room.
He's back in the room. Let's look forward to tomorrow night. You're going to be doing the Paso, and you're going to be dancing to this.
Number one song. So
Is it?
There's a big responsibility.
Watch out, because we all know AJ's mum. She'll be up. She'll get up.
She loves it, so I've got to smash it.
You've got to smash it. How's rehearsals been going for you?
Really well. It's been quite a week. And we had not much time on Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, it's an essential.
He needs food.
I need flapjack, regular flapjack.
And then it was that.
We had a breakthrough, didn't we?
We had a breakthrough.
So I sat down on Tuesday afternoon and I said, no, nothing's going in. So we had a little...
Not even the flapjack?
Nothing, other than the flapjack, there was nothing else in there. So we sat down and we went, right, come on. Nadiya, I looked at her and said, we need animals.
Right, now hold up. Because Dan, we spoke earlier.
Yeah.
And you said there's like some zoo piece going on.
So that was it.
Yeah, Nadiya thought, what do you mean? Well, do I have to go outside and get some cats and like stray dogs? I went,
no.
no. I need to go back to how I learnt stuff for GCSE.
Okay.
And I basically need to create a little story in my head, and that enables me to remember things. That's how I learnt all the syllabus for GCSE.
It's almost like kinetic learning.
Exactly. So what we did was we divided the dance into 10 sections, 9 animals and 1 zookeeper. Right? And stay with me on this, right?
So we had.
You're watching BBC Two.
So we had like we had a tiger, we had a left-footed peacock.
Yes.
We had a lion, snow leopard, an elephant, crocodile, and then the zookeeper basically is trying to get the animals back in their cages.
Right.
So so we danced it through in 10 sections.
Right.
In 2 hours, I learnt the dance.
Right.
And then the next morning, I went in and said, hit the music, I'm ready to dance it. And we danced it through.
And he did.
Well, as much as I love that, I turned off at left-footed peacock. So
It's amazing, left-footed.
I was struggling. When you watch the dance on Saturday, right, you'll see, I bet you guess where the left-footed peacock
where that left-footed
There's the peacock!
There's the left-footed peacock. I cannot wait to watch it, and I wish you the best of luck for
Thank
tomorrow
you
night.
very
I know
much.
you're going to smash it, because I know how hard you've worked on it. It's Dan and Nadiya, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be a good one. But I think we should get back to talking about our couples. Bill, I want to come back to you. Let's talk about Greg and Karen.
Yes.
They're going to be doing couples choice.
Yes.
I mean, can we just have a moment's pause for Rapper's Delight last year, please? I mean,
well,
what a moment!
It was a moment.
It was a moment.
It was a moment, which I think will always be a moment for me.
It'll never leave you, Bill.
It will never leave me, no. Yeah, every time that song comes on now, family do, Uncle Bill, if they're playing the Rapper's Delight, you better get on the floor. So, Couple's Choice Week 2. Controversial.
It is. Well, they're doing disco. Now, I think that's a great choice.
Do anything. And the thing is, it's quite a big step. I mean, week 2, as we were talking about, it's a big week. First public vote. Yeah. You know, you've got to show a bit of improvement. And it's a bit of a big thing to take on, because if it's disco routine, you're out of hold, you're on your own, you're loose.
Yeah.
You know, you haven't got the pro to keep hold of you. So I'd say it's a big one to take on. But I think, judging by what I've seen, Greg has got some great moves. I think he's really. This is the one I think he's most invested in. This disco number. You know.
He knows this is him.
Yeah.
He knows this is all down to him. Well, fingers crossed they'll do well with a bit of disco. Let's move on to John and Jojo. They're going to be doing the cha-cha-cha. This is their first Latin dance. Joe. Last week was so strong. I mean, who's the pro?
Right? I'm speechless, yeah. That is
amazing.
I'm very impressed.
How do you think that's going to turn out tomorrow night?
I think it's going to do very, very well.
I love it how Joe Sugg is just shook.
Yeah.
I am. I'm
Sure, you're slightly
really good.
You were stunned like a left foot.
Slightly taken back there, Joe Sugg.
No, really, really good. I think, if it's going to be like that quid's in. Happy days.
Absolutely.
If Team Jojo are not in the final, I'm going to riot.
She's Clara Anto will riot. You've heard it here first.
Calling it.
She will riot.
I love those two.
Clara, let's talk about Diane and Robert. They are going to be doing the tango. He had some great expressions last week. I put him to the test with his serious face. I don't know if it's there yet. I'm sure Joe's had a few inside knowledge. How do you think he's going to do with the tango?
I think he's going to do really well, because I also think he's another dark horse patient with Robert.
Really?
And he's got Robert.
Robert.
But he's got this amazing frame as well. And I just think him and Diane, I think, are perfect together. And I loved them last week. I thought it was wicked.
I thought they were great last week.
So
as well.
fun.
I really did. Let's talk about Reese and Nancy. Justice for Nancy. We love
Yes!
Nancy.
Yes.
So happy Nancy's dancing. They're also doing the cha-cha-cha. I mean, cha-cha-cha. Week 1, week 2, you know what that's all about.
It's hard. It's a tricky dance to nail, but I think if anyone can do it, their talent is going to shine, and he did. And I think that the cha-cha will suit him. I think he's got the moves for it.
Do you think he has?
Oh, yes.
Joe, do you agree?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Definitely.
And Nancy as well. She's
Obsessed.
such a mover, isn't she?
Do you know, I'm so delighted that Nancy, Nadiya, and Graziano have got partners this year.
Justice!
I could watch Nancy dance all day. She's like a little firecracker
She
on
is.
the floor. And I think these two are two serious contenders as well.
I do. I think they are. Let's move on to Hugo and Oti. They're going to be doing the quick step. Joe, I mean, they had such high energy in the samba.
Yeah.
Will they be able to keep it up for the quick step? Because the clue's in the title, it's quick.
Yes.
It is quick. I mean, first of all, their samba last week was incredible.
I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
But I think quick step is such a fun dance to do. My personal favourite, actually, in Strictly World, with quick step. So I think, he's got OT.
He's got OT.
Yeah, OT was brilliant.
Yeah.
She was fantastic.
Did you know her? Do you know OT?
She was great. I thought she was really good. She did really well.
Have you ever met or anything?
Yeah, no, she seems like she's quite strict.
Yeah. She never talks about winning, Bill.
No.
Let's move on to Adam and Katia. We're getting a double quick step as well. Let's just be honest, Clara. Man to Clara. Adam's hips last week.
They don't lie, babe.
They don't lie. Shakira said it.
They do not lie. Team Peachy, not mad at it. Not mad at it. Every single partnership this year is perfect.
It really is.
And Adam and Katia were completely meant to dance with each other. And I think they're going to go for it this weekend because, look, Adam's somebody that doesn't like to lose.
No. But, I mean, he's keeping up. To keep up with Katia is something. But he's managing to do it, don't you think?
They're going for 8s and 9s this weekend.
You reckon?
Yeah, I think so, for sure.
Oh, here we go. Let's move on, lastly, to Dan and Nadiya. We've just spoke to them. They're doing the Paso. Joe, we know there was a bit of lost footwork last week. Only a tad, though. How do you think this week's going to go for them two?
Well, after hearing what they just said,
We've got left-footed peacocks.
Left-footed peacocks. There's a snow leopard.
There's a snow leopard. There's a lion.
There's a lion.
It's the whole life on Earth
Yeah.
in dance.
Was there a
David Attenborough pops up at one point.
I'm going to have a little game
That
of
was a
bingo.
strictly exclusive. I'm trying to let that one out. Bill, how do you think they're going to get on with this one?
Well, I think the thing is, the Paso, well, obviously, that was week 3 for me. It's all about the shape. You've got to get that character coming across. You've got that smouldering sort of Paso attitude. So if you can nail that, I think they'll be fantastic.
And, he's one of our tallest dancers, Clara, and it's hard for a tall guy to do that. But I'm going to quote Craig when I say Paso, it's all about the staccato. You want to finish those moves, don't you?
Yeah.
But do you know what? I think again, another dark horse. I think Dan's going to smash this one.
Do you?
I really think he is. I guess he's a newsreader. He's used to going from, serious to light. So I think he'll just channel his this is the 10 o'clock news.
I mean, you've got a left-footed peacock.
Yeah.
You're bound to win it.
That's right.
Do you know
That's
what I mean? Well, look, we've all been really nice, but I think we should get a little bit tough. It's time to find out who you think is going to be going on Sunday. Now, Mr. Joe Sugg, you're on the team, so you can't vote.
Yeah,
so you've got your get out of jail free card. No, listen, we're all impartial here. That's what we do. So it is down to Clara and Bill. Bill, very quickly, who do you think is going to be going on Sunday?
Oh, hang on. So
Alijaz and Sarah.
How very dare you.
Clara. Who have you gone for? Oh, Tilly and
It's so
Nikita.
hard.
No, you're all horrible people. We'll leave it at that. Is that Friday panel?
You made us do it.